This is the real life experiences of immigrants in the diaspora. Welcome to the BO podcast. And I am your host, Becky Onyango. And today we have a very special guest who is going to share the experience living abroad. Stay tuned. So, hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the BO podcast. And I'm your host, Becky Onyango. And today we have our guest, Emmy. And this is a part 2 of just her sharing about her journey, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about her journey in, applying to Canada.
Yeah.
So tell us about the process, how it all started all the way from Nigeria.
Okay. For Canada, how did I even get information for Canada? I think, if I can recollect so easily, it was also for my sister stuff. Mm-hmm. Maybe my sister's friend or something.
Yeah.
But also for my my first boss, the boss I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
So he had like this friend that also got like the express entry. So we were like, oh, you could also do it, So, sure. That's how I started. So the Canada stuff is, number one, you should write your English test. Mm-hmm. In my case, that was IELTS. Mm-hmm. And you should have like a good score in it. Mm-hmm. The least you should have is 7.
Yeah, 7.
And then listening, it's so much better for you to have listening like 8, 9. That would be better. So I always tell my friends, like, if I were you, I'll look towards having 8 for everything. So no matter what happens, when you aspire for this goal, the least, like, you get 7.5, which is so much better. So after doing that, but the IELTS, the funny thing about it, I wrote my IELTS 2 times. The first IELTS, I had like perfect score. There's reading, writing, speaking, and listening. I had perfect score for everything apart from writing, which was also surprising because I kind of knew how to write, so I just let it go. But I wanted to, I think I wrote the first one in 2018 because I just wanted it to be there because I knew I was going to start my master's, and my master was going to take a year. So, and IELTS just stays for 2 years.
Yeah, it's only valid for 2 years.
2 years. So I knew that, okay, I could still use it after my master's. But in 2019, I wrote another one, and I also failed one aspect. I was like, no, I cannot. No, there's something.
So you did another IELTS. So you did it 3 times.
No. So the second time, like, no, there must be something that I can do.
Yeah.
This is not normal, So that's when I knew about rewriting, not rewriting, remarking.
Oh, remarking, okay.
So you could remark the result. And then I remarked it, and I had a perfect score, like, oh my gosh, shit. If I'd known, I would have remarked the other one, because I was so confident. Because the second time, I was like, no way.
But when you do the remarking, does it cost you anything?
Yeah, it costs you to pay for the remarking, but if the result changed, they send you the money back.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good deal. And does it cost you the same amount? Because normally I know with the IELTS it's like around $250. Or?
Yeah, I've actually forgotten the amount, the price.
Okay, but do you pay the same? Okay, let's say it's $250. Do you pay
maybe
$250?
You pay like 50?
Oh, you pay just a small percent.
Just a small percent of 50.
But right now, the good thing I hear that Nigerians are waived from doing any English tests.
No,
I thought that you guys put up a protest and people signed.
And I think that would be for schools.
Oh, for schools, not
maybe for getting an admission, but not for
the residence permit.
Yeah, because this is a residence permit part. You have to.
For the residence permit, you definitely need the language. Okay, just like in Germany. Okay.
So after doing that, the second part, as a Nigerian, I think the second part should be your first part. Because of the situation. Let me explain the situation. So after doing my master's, was important for me to get a higher points because it's like a point system.
Yeah, a point system, yeah. So the point system meaning like if you're younger, below the age of 30.
30, yeah, you have higher points.
And then the higher your education level,
you
have higher points. No children, not married, higher points. Is it?
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter
if you have a spouse,
Or they might actually contribute to you having a higher point.
They could. If they also have like a master's or they also have an IELTS, that's also good.
Yeah.
So it could.
Also, if your spouse's profile is also strong, then it can add to your points.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. So, yeah. So my master's, I was done with my master's in 2019. I should be done 2019 April. Yeah. So. And then I also had the Germany opportunity, but I wasn't ready for. I left to me, I wouldn't come to Germany. You get. But then my master's evaluation, there's all evaluation of results, so you have to evaluate your results. So I used WES.
Oh yeah, WES. Yeah.
Yeah. So I used WES, but unfortunately for me, it took like 8 months delay to evaluate my master's results. First of all, I had to wait till the certificate is ready, which was at the end of the year. And then I had to wait for them to send my results to Canada. It's not as swift as other international countries.
Yeah, because for me, when I did my WES from here, Germany, it took like a month or 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But you were doing it from Nigeria at that
from
time.
Nigeria
you were
at that
still in
time.
Nigeria. You hadn't come to Germany yet.
The beginning, I was still in Nigeria, and the later time, I was still sending mails.
Yeah.
It took a lot because I had everything except that, and that was also very important.
Yeah.
So another advice is I had 2 results, the bachelor's result and the master's result. Instead of just evaluating both results, just do your higher degree, and in my case, the master's degree, because I was trying to do both
at the same time.
So at the end of the day, I just left the bachelor's, just do the highest degree, it's fine.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I did my master's evaluation. And after that, another thing about the point is the higher your experience.
Oh yeah, the more years of experience of working,
the higher the so I would advise 2 years upwards. So I already had like experience, years of experience in Nigeria even before coming to Germany. So that also helped.
So, but this has to be experience, professional experience in full time, which means 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
For at least a year.
Like 35 to 40 hours a week.
Oh, 35 to 40 hours a week. And then this has to be professional experience in the area or the field of your study or your expertise per se.
Not really. For Canada Express entry, not really.
Okay.
But that would also help. That would also...
So any job experience in whatever.
Any job experience. But any job experience, and then you have to find a knock code.
Yeah.
That ties well with your experience. That, I think that's how it works.
And how do you identify which knock code would tie to your experience? Because maybe they're termed differently in different provinces.
Yeah, for instance, let's say you're a nurse assistant and then there's a nurse knock code. So you look at the nurse knock code, you type nurse, just very Google search, knock code nurse. And after writing nurse, you see the duties. And you'll be like, oh, this does not fit well with the duties I do at work. And then you just look down, there are like related job and job knock codes. And when you search and search, you're going to find the one that fits.
That fits you.
Yeah, but you might not find 100%, but at least 80% should be more valuable. So, yeah. And it could be different knock codes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I realized. For different provinces,
they
might have different codes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially for express entry, you could have like, for instance, the first year you could be a writer, and the next 2 years you could be a recruiter. So it's fine. But you just have to make one knock code primary, like the primary knock code. So that's how it works.
Because they will also check the system and see if you have different codes.
They will.
Okay. And then, so in this particular case, you're now gathering all the requirements that you need.
Sure.
You have the English test.
Yeah.
You have your certificates evaluated by WES.
Yeah.
You've already figured out what knock code best suits you.
Sure.
Of course, you have your CV. Then you go ahead and
open a profile. And you have to make sure that the information in your profile is correct and is in line with whatsoever you're putting in. You know, sometimes you could forget the figures, or sometimes forget, oh, I use this not code, and then you just have to make sure that everything is well, because it's in the system. It's in the system.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. And then after doing that, you wait for you to have like it's sort of like a pool system.
Yeah.
So just imagine in my own case, then I had like 475. Just imagine you have 475, and the next Wednesday, when it was really frequent, but now it's not as frequent as it was, you know. And then the next Wednesday, there's the cutoff mark is 470. So obviously you're already qualified because you have 475. So you have the invitation to apply. So when you have the invitation to apply, that's when you bring out all the other documents that's needed, like and then you need proof of funds. For one person, like 13,000 Canadian dollars, 13,310 Canadian dollars. So you need that amount in your account, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot,
But the amount is supposed to show some sort of financial stability the first time when you land in the country and you're able to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And then in terms of just making sure your points are really high, like in this case you said you got 475, what are the areas that you can really concentrate on so that you can boost your points?
Okay. Apart from the years of experience, I would say 2 years, 3 years experience upward would be good. Very important, you should have a higher degree. It will help boost your points. And another thing is your IELTS. As I said earlier, 7.5 should be the least. But listening sort of like boost your points more. So if you have like 8 in your listening, you have a higher point. Another thing, like if you want to have because of the situation now where it's not as frequent as before, and it took close to 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, but it took a while, about 2 years before they started the point system again. So now they're trying to get back to the system. Now it's like really high, you know, but it's getting lower by the month. You know, they're trying to get back with all the backlog they have. So they're trying to get back.
I don't understand that part. So they had paused the point system for some time.
For a long time after COVID, like during COVID. COVID affected. That's why it took me a while to.
Okay, so they were not accepting any express entry applications at that time?
No. So the only people they focused on were people in Canada. So they were just doing for people in Canada, So for like for 2020, 2021, there were no draws. You know, before there were draws I think every Wednesday, there were draws every Wednesday. But at the point, there were no draws, you know, so that was quite a lot, you know, for like 2 years.
So for that whole time, you never got any email notification, or did you ever? So your inbox was always.
No, I wasn't affected because I already had. I already had like my profile in before COVID.
Okay. So you're already in the pool.
I was already in the pool. You know.
So right now you're just waiting for the invitation.
Yeah.
But then the express entry was at a national level, or did you go for a specific province?
No, I didn't go for a specific province. I did the express entry, like I could go to any province of my choice.
Oh, okay. And have you decided now which province?
I have like 3 provinces in mind, yeah. So I feel if I go to one, it doesn't work out, I go to the next one, it's fine.
Okay. And so tell us about first your short experience you went, because of course, you know, there's something called reconnaissance, like you first go to an area before you go settle in, you go and see how it looks. So you did a small reconnaissance before?
Yeah, sure.
So how was it when you went to Canada?
So when I went to Canada, going to Canada at first wasn't so easy for me because I've stayed in Germany for about 3 years now. You know, I have my friends, I have my community. I'm used to the system. I'm sort of like a local, duh.
Berliner girl.
Berliner girl, yeah. I'm wearing black. I'm so Berlin.
She's so Berlin, baby.
So So choosing where I'll go to for the first time was, so I had like some friends in Toronto, which is the big city. But I also have like a family friend in Calgary, and I also have a very close friend in Calgary. So I felt, oh, it's better I just go to Calgary. I have some people, close people there, so it makes sense. So when I got to the airport, the fact that everybody was speaking English, I was like, wow.
Refreshing, yeah.
Refreshing, finally. And then then after that, you have to go to the officer to show your documents and stuff. And we had like this very small talk conversation. I was like, oh, nice, they do this here. Wonderful,
Yeah.
And then it was making me laugh. It was making me smile.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, welcome. I was like, I
very
felt
warm and friendly.
Yeah, very warm and friendly. I felt so good. And then after that, I was with my friend for a while. But I think I also wanted to feel the city myself, not to be driven around. So I went out some days, and like people will be opening doors for me. I'm like, oh, this is okay,
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like, oh, maybe
you can get used to that.
Yeah, I need to get used to it, Yeah. And then the bus drivers too were talking to me. Yeah. And like they were like, hey, hi, how are you? I'm like,
yeah.
Hi.
Guys, the reason why this is such a big deal because this never happens in Germany.
No.
Never.
No.
So let's get that right. People being so super friendly, opening the doors for you, being very no. You can never find that here. So it was so refreshing.
Yeah, it was so refreshing, sincerely. Like people were nice. I think it's sort of like a cliche that Canadians are known for being nice.
Nice, yes.
So I actually got that firsthand, which was also good, and obviously the common language is a big thing.
The English aspect of it. It makes everything way easier.
Way easier.
No more letters in German.
No more. The documentation was also so
in
easy.
English?
No, for me too, in Germany now, you have to do your Almeldom, you have to do your tax ID, you have to do this, you have to wait for the appointment.
Yeah.
There wasn't any, I could do everything in a day and I was done.
Done. Wow.
I just decided to do it in 2 days or 3 days.
Yeah, and you're done.
And I was done. But
normally in Germany it would take you 3-4 months.
Whoa, no.
Wow.
But it was a nice experience, sincerely. But compared to Germany, obviously the transport system here is better. But when I say that to my German, to some of my German friends, they'll be like, you mean Berlin transport system is better? That's tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Okay.
That's tricky,
Yeah.
So it was so much better, and unfortunately in that place they also have a lot of landmass.
Yeah.
A lot of landmass.
Yeah, I see.
We're still in the same place. It's so big.
It's so big.
It's so big.
Yeah. I see a lot of my Canadian friends. When they take pictures, you think it's amazing. They have a lot of landscape, a lot of scenery.
That's why I think they do need people. They obviously have to need people. So please come to Canada. Because it's a lot of landmass. They need people to fill up the space.
Fill up the space, yeah.
There are lesser people and there are a lot of landmass.
I think people are running away from Canada because it's too cold.
Let us know life. I went when there was no cold though. But
you only tested the summer, my friend, but then...
the cold, be ready.
And we all know Emmy hates cold. I don't know how you're going to manage.
I have something, I don't know how I'm going to manage myself.
This time you'll wear four trousers.
Oh, I will not go out. I'll just stay indoor.
Yeah.
But also the heating system there is also great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's also great.
Okay. So, but when you went there, you just stayed for how long? A month or two?
I didn't even stay up to a month because I think I had work or something.
You had to come back to.
Yeah. So I stayed there for I think a little more than a week. I didn't even stay too long.
Well, you're just going to see how the area is.
Yeah, just see how the area is.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. I wasn't last year, but this year I'm so much I'm packing my bags. I'm calculating.
Ready to go.
When you are going to the supermarket, you are saying, should I buy this thing? Will this thing serve me in this Germany or not? Let me just reduce the things I buy.
So you're leaving us here behind in Germany,
Yeah,
going all the way to Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what more can we say? We definitely wish you all the best. We know you're going to rock it and kill it. Canadians, be ready for this girl.
Yeah.
Super intelligent, super funny.
Oh my God.
Very friendly. So I think you're going to shine more there.
Yeah, I hope so. We can only hope so.
Yeah.
I'll just advise, if you want to do the express entry, there are a lot of information out there. Just type in express entry, and there's also like this. I don't know if it's very relevant now for Nigerians. They don't have a Naira land, so you have the community, and you also have this WhatsApp group too, where you get more information if you want to do that. Since WhatsApp is more restricted, so we have Telegram groups. You know,
WhatsApp is more restricted in
like Nigerians, we are a lot of people.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's better to go to platforms where
larger,
you can host
more people.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. The cultural thing, like with Nigerians, I find you guys, you're always, going into your communities asking questions, but with other African nations, I feel like we are more, everyone is on their own, and it's important to have that community. Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for coming through. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Until next time. Bye.